People are like, who is DanielleVictor? And I'm like, bitch, it's Danny with 2 N's. Am I a fashion blogger? Maybe. Am I a storyteller? For sure. Am I a badass bitch? Absolutely. So if you're smart, you'll subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to my channel. So I keep getting asked to do a new story time because it's been quite some time since I did a story time, and I also keep getting requested to repost the story time about this one time I dated a hockey player. Well, I went to go into my old videos because sometimes when you have videos on YouTube you can make them private so no one can see them but you. And I was gonna do originally a reaction video to my original video that I posted about this guy, but I didn't make it private. I deleted the motherfucker. The video was gone. And I was like, probably because it was fucking trash. Now, let me just give you a recap. For anyone who has been on this channel since this channel has begun, I did a video about three and a half years ago about this hockey player that I met in Boston and dated for a while. When I made the video, I had boogers coming out my nose, tears flowing from my eyes. I was pathetic. I was a joke. So for any of you guys that remember that video, LOL. I am here to tell you all that these motherfuckers ain't shit, and people that you cried so heavy about, you never think about ever again. And the only reason I'm deciding to make this story time right now is I've been talking to a friend who's been guiding me on how to correctly write movie scripts, and I was about to begin working on a new idea for a new screenplay while he reads the script that I just rewrote. And I have to handwrite all my ideas on paper before I put them on the computer. So I had this notebook, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna use this, and I'm going to start working on my new idea. So, to anyone that was on my channel for a while, I started this series called To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I wrote letters to everyone that I think I might have been in love with. I think I read 2 or 3 on my YouTube channel, and then I said, you know what, fuck these dudes. Goodbye. And I took the videos down, so that didn't go anywhere. And I only did it because I was like thoroughly obsessed with the Netflix movie To All the Boys I Loved Before. Why do I feel like I'm far away from you guys? I feel like I am. Let me get closer, that's better. So I open this, and I have a letter to the guy who took my virginity. He can go fuck himself. And then I have this long ass letter that I wrote to the hockey player. Like, it is ridiculously long, like 3 pages long. I never read this letter in the YouTube series. I didn't even read it the other night when I opened this. So I'm gonna read as far as I can go without fucking throwing up to you guys, and then I'll just recap this story for you. Dear Beep, not even gonna put the motherfucker's name, not even gonna do it. I thought about writing you a letter in real time and mailing it to you, but I know you'd burn it or throw it in the trash, so I'll write a letter to myself and pretend it landed in your hands. I'm quite a poet, if I'm gonna be honest with myself. Whatever we were, it was short and brief, but life-changing for me. It definitely was not. I'll never forget that smile you had on the other side of the bar when you were ordering soda water and crayon. You have a smile that will light up a universe brighter than any star that had ever been in my sky. Wow, I mean, I'm quite a poet, okay? I'm quite a romantic, but let's continue, shall we? My handwriting is like so hard to read. It's like my own handwriting. On our first date, you were nothing less than a gentleman. You were kind and sweet, and I knew you were different. He was not different. He's the fucking worst. You told me about your past, and I knew your heart was broken, but it was okay because mine was broken too. Damn, Danny, okay, look at me. Maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I was scared. Maybe I didn't know why someone so wonderful would fall into my life. Maybe I thought I didn't deserve it. Damn, we're getting deep in this letter. What I do know is that all my maybes were my downfall, our downfall, the night you met me and Kayla at Earl's. When you walked across the restaurant, I knew that this is how I wanted to feel every time the man I loved walked into a room and into my arms. That night, Kayla went to warm up the car because it was freezing out. I wrapped my arms around you and your arms wrapped around mine. Around me. You looked right into my eyes and kissed me, and it's not like we hadn't kissed before, but it was the first time I knew I never wanted you to let me go. So glad you let me go. Bye, bitch. I could have, wait, where am I? I could have stayed right there forever if you had let me. That's the funny thing about life and love. It can all get away from you so fast. One minute you're in love, the next minute the person is no longer in your life. I can't pinpoint what went wrong between us. I don't know if it was something that was said or something that was done, but I know one minute I was in your arms and the next minute I was in your missed calls. Damn, I'm a fucking good writer, bro. Like, period. I blame feeling too much too quickly, but you were the closest thing to everything I ever wanted in a partner, in a lover, and in a friend. Was never my friend, barely a lover. Definitely no, now that time has passed, nothing that I've ever wanted in a guy, ever. Let's continue. The fear of losing that made me lose it and eventually made me lose you. He was never yours to lose to begin with, sis, but great writing. So good. I remember once you said I'd never forget you, and you were right. And I remember once you said you'd break my heart, and you were right. You broke it. He didn't fucking break it. I thought it was broken because I thought I was in love with him and I wasn't. I think about you often. I was very insecure when we met and damaged and brokenhearted, but I'm different now. When I wrote this, I was absolutely probably not different, but I am different now as I'm reading it. So let's continue. Either version, who I was versus who I am, would have loved you just the same. Damn, I am like fucking smooth with the words, you guys. Ah. When you walked into a room, you took my breath away. Wherever you are, I hope you're waking up next to someone whose breath gets stolen just as you stole mine. Oh, sweetie. Someone write this down, send it to someone that broke their heart. You're welcome. Wait, hold on, where am I? Okay. We both deserved a great love, a passionate, fiery, long-lasting, true love. I know I was not yours, but nothing would make me happier than to know you found yours. Well, it's true. I do wish him well. I don't know much about you. I don't know your middle name or what you're scared of or when you had your first kiss. I know that I loved being around you and I loved the idea of us, and I hadn't felt that way in a long time. Sometimes I wonder why we met. What was the point? But I know now it was because I needed to learn how I wanted to be treated and how I wanted to feel when the man I loved came storming into my life like a tornado. This dude is exactly how I never want to be treated again, so clearly the version of myself writing this letter had issues. Let's continue. Thank you for the time we shared. Thanks for making me feel safe in your arms. Never felt safe. I know you hate me, but hate is a heavy burden to carry in your heart. I forgive you. Can you forgive me? I never did anything to this motherfucker for him to forgive me for shit. Again, the person writing this letter had issues. Poetically, perfection, issues screaming on paper. Let's continue. I could write you a 4-page letter. You wrote him a 3, bitch. But I feel like I've rambled on long enough. You'll be the one guy that got away. I've never had a guy that got away, so thanks for being him. pretty much all of them got away, and God bless their exits. See ya. I see the dust as you're running for the hills. Bye. God took you out of my life because you were a piece of shit. And so is this guy I'm writing a letter to. Let's continue. I hope you are happy, more successful, and more loved than when I saw you last. Can't believe it's been almost 2 years. Now it's been 4. So I wrote this 2 years ago. I haven't seen or talked to this motherfucker in like 4 years, maybe 5 years. I don't know. I'm not even gonna finish this letter. It's actually quite pathetic and like sickening. But I ended it, ew, gross. I can't even finish that. Let me break down this fucking story time for you. And let me break down how much I didn't love myself back then. I met this guy, I was bartending in a club in Boston. He kept coming up to order like water and cranberries, and it was so packed, so busy. I was like, dude, order a shot or get the fuck out of my face. He was really good looking, had a great smile, really white teeth. I was like, okay, yeah, he's cute. Maybe like I could talk to him, but it was so packed, and I was taking order for order for order for order. And finally, like, his boy came up to me and was like, hey, this Russian guy with hella tattoos wants to know if he can take you on a date. And I was like, he can ask me himself. Like, this is weird. What are we in 8th grade? So at the end of the night, he comes over, he asks for my number, we exchange numbers, we go on a date. It's a great date, we have great conversation, great first kiss. Gabby instantly met him on the first night, on my first date. She told me, nope, he's not the one, he's trash, cut ties. I didn't listen to her because I was convinced, nope, oh my God, yes, like I love him, best first date ever. Long story short, we're together all the time. I'm at his house, he goes to work, I'm at his house when he gets out of work. We're going on multiple dates. He meets my family on like date number 5. He tells my dad he wants to marry me. My dad is like living it up, loving every second of it, because he just wants me so desperately to, like, you know, find the man of my dreams, because he knows his little girl has been searching for the man of her dreams for so long, and this just happened to be it. I should have known red flag on date number 1. He talked about his ex almost the entire time. He said he hadn't been in any serious relationships outside of his ex. They were together for 8 years. She lived in LA. He was in Boston. And that should have been red flag number 1, but I was not paying attention to red flags. I think 99.9% of the relationships that I've had, I have not paid attention to red flags because I so desperately didn't want to start over or meet anyone new. And I just was like, this is it. This is the guy. I'm not doing it again. He's the one. He's the one. No, he's not the fucking one. So before we have sex, he looks at me and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm gonna break your heart in a million pieces. And I was like, it's okay, kind of weird to say that to someone before they, like, you know, have sexual relations with you. And whatever, we didn't have sex that night. I actually left, and then we hooked up maybe 2 weeks later. And before I hooked up with him, he was like, if you just tell me that you love me, everything will be easier for you. I didn't love him then. And it's very hard, like, as much as I'm passionate about being in love, it takes me a while to look at another person and say, I love you. Like, I just can't look at someone and say, I'm in love with you, or I love you and I want to be with you. Those words are very hard for me to say. So I thought he was joking. He wasn't joking, because even when I got to his house and, like, we were hooking up, he was like, I know you love me, just say it. I'm like, dude, I definitely, like, I don't love you. And then, like, in the morning I woke up, I left, and he blocked me off everything. Snapchat, he didn't have Instagram, my phone number, everything. So I called him and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I told you I'd break your heart in a million pieces and you're never gonna forget me. And I was like so confused and so blindsided and so, like, disgusted by that type of behavior that I was like, wow, this is really happening again. This is like another fucked up I, like, literally found myself in another, like, fucked up relationship. And I don't do well with no answers. I don't know about y'all bitches, but, like, I need closure. And for a motherfucker to sleep with me, okay, and tell my dad he's gonna marry me, and then tell me he's gonna break my heart into a million pieces, and then assume that I'm never gonna forget him for the rest of my life. This, I don't know if this was like the plan from the jump. If he has some deep, dark, rooted issues on himself that he was like taking out on me. I just don't understand it, and to this day I don't understand it. But let me just focus on the chick that was crying in the previous story time about this video. I hate that version of myself. That's not me. Even thinking about how upset I was over this piece of shit, over this garbage, like trash man, makes me sick at myself. But it's a reflection on how much I didn't love myself, or how much I've convinced myself that I didn't deserve good love or real love or a decent man. And it really had nothing to do with him. It had everything to do with myself. And when I look back on who I was now versus then, I'm like, holy fucking shit. Holy shit. I don't think about this man. I don't give a fuck about this man. And to think how many nights I cried about, I want to be in a relationship with him. What did I do to deserve this? I need closure. No, bitch, you don't need closure. As soon as he blocks you, you should be like, well, on to the next one. Bye. There's so many fucked up people in this world that we don't need their explanation on why they're fucked up. That's not gonna make you feel better about yourself. What's gonna make you feel better about yourself is knowing you don't deserve that fucking shit from him or no man on this planet, and God helped you. He got rid of toxicity you did not need in your life or in your circle or in your journey, whatever. So I want to tell any female out there crying about a dude, whether it's been a week or a month or a year that you've been crying about someone because they did you wrong or you need closure, you don't understand. Let me tell you right now, as a survivor from that mess, you won't give a fuck in a couple of years. It is going to be so irrelevant to your life. This person, you won't even remember their laugh, what they look like, what they sound like. You won't give a shit about what they're doing or who they're doing it with because they're irrelevant to your happiness. And they're not a part of your happiness now because they weren't a part of your bigger picture. God said, no, sis, that man is not for you. If you're not gonna pay attention to red flags, I'm gonna continue to hurt you. These men are gonna continue to come into your life and hurt you until you fucking pay attention. I have constantly not paid attention to red flags. I ignore them. Ignore them. I will never ignore them again. No. The second a guy shows me who he is or who he's about to be or how he's about to treat me, I'm off it. Goodbye. And also my choice in past men has been horrific. Horrible. Ugh. Oh my God. So I'm only making this recap. It's like a very short story time. I'm not gonna go to play by play into this relationship I had with this dude because it was a fucking joke. He's like a serial killer or something. I mean, he's not. I wish him well. I hope he's happy, healthy. I do hope he found someone that he loves and, like, you know, didn't fucking look at and say, I'm gonna break your heart in a million pieces, and then sleep with her and then like never talk to her again after telling her dad, oh yeah, I'm gonna marry your daughter. Like, hopefully he got out of that fucking weird ass mentality he was in. But I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a shit who he's with. I don't care at all. At all. He was lucky. My camera just died in the middle of me being like, ah, preaching. No, but he was lucky to have been around me. I feel like I fuck with myself so heavy right now, and I'm slowly but surely falling deeper in love with myself and all my flaws and all my bullshit and everything that makes me me, that my insecurity that I used to have in relationships, I feel like I'm not gonna have that anymore when I meet the right person and the man that's for me. And I think it's important as women to know, like, we all have been there. We have all cried about someone who we barely knew, or we knew but didn't know at all. We cry about men that cheat on us. We cry about men that lie to us. We cry about men that whatever to us. We've all been there. We've all had a moment of time in our lives where we've done things we probably shouldn't have done and felt things for people we probably shouldn't have felt and stayed caught up and not moved on from people that we should have been moved on from. It's life. It happens. But the thing is, if you don't grow from it, there's no lessons to be learned, and God taught you nothing, and that can't happen. So I wrote this letter, this sickening, disgusting letter, although it's so, like, I'm like a poet, okay? My words are beautiful. But that's not a letter I would ever write that man in my life today. Who I am today would say, fuck you, fuck you. I might even say fuck you. I might just be like, who is that? I don't even know who that is. What? No. We gotta be strong, okay? We gotta say, I'm good because I'm good without you, and you don't make my life better. You don't make me happy. You're a psychopath. Whatever it is, whatever you're holding on to, let it fucking go. Throw it in the trash, okay? The sooner you get over someone who was not good for you, didn't love you, didn't appreciate you, didn't see a future with you, lied to you, cheated on you, disrespected you, put you on the back burner while you put them on the front burner, whatever it is, let the fucking shit go. The sooner you let it go, the sooner you don't need closure other than the fact that you're good and you're gonna continue to be good. In fact, you're gonna be better and greater once you move the fuck on, because you're gonna know what you want and what you don't want, and the man of your dreams is gonna come fucking walking into your life, and you're gonna say, yeah, that's my motherfucking king, and I'm his queen, because that's what you deserve. That's what I know I deserve now. So when I read letters about motherfuckers like this, who I don't even think about now, it makes me laugh, like chuckle, like, really, bitch? You were really in your feels that deep and that heavy over this dude that you barely know? Can you imagine the love letter I'm gonna write to my actual fucking husband, like, before our wedding day? That's gonna be some real poetic bullshit. If I'm poetic over motherfuckers I don't give a shit about. Goddamn, girl. Anyways, if anyone wants me to write them, their boyfriends or their girlfriends, poems for Valentine's Day, or just like open, deep letters, I got you. Email me. I'm kind of kidding, but I'm not. I should probably make that a side business. Anyways, I think I'm gonna switch up who I'm dating. If you all know, I've dated mostly white men. I've tried dating a couple Middle Easterns, but mostly white men, and I am now at this point in my life where I'm like, I want to stop doing things the same. If something hasn't worked out for me, there's a reason. And I'm not saying there isn't a white guy out there that will love me till the end of time, until death do us part. But there's a reason why every single relationship I've ever had with a white man hasn't worked out. And let me just bring this up as well. There are white men out there that love black women. Love them. They love black culture. They love everything about women that are black and families that are black and whatever. It's true. There are men out there like that. The white men that I have dated in my past, like for instance, this dude that I wrote the letter about, one night I couldn't get a professional blow dry. I had to blow dry my own hair. I don't know how to blow dry my own hair. It doesn't look like this when I do it. It's puffy, my roots are curly, and I remember one time we were laying in bed and he was like, oh, and he like ran his fingers through my hair and he's like, I've never like dated a girl who has this type of like texture. And right there I should have been like, dude, that's like such like dried up like the Sahara Desert. I don't even want you anymore. And then when I was with CT, anytime I would get an attitude or get loud, he'd be like, you're being ghetto. You're acting like a ghetto girl. And I'm like, do you even, like, what? And I just really sat down and I thought about it. And I'm like, okay, well, all the white men I have dated have not been good white men for me, or maybe for any black girl on the face of the planet, really. So I think I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna be like closed-minded and say I only want a white man and blah blah blah. No, nope. I am willing and ready to date anyone, any race really, that I find attractive, who makes me laugh, who treats me good, and will love me, all of my flaws, all of my rowdy moments where I'm acting, you know, ghetto, and just scream my name from a mountaintop and say, this is my bitch. And I was like, yeah, I am your bitch. Who isn't gonna meet my family and then have sex with me and never speaks to me ever again? Like, fucking weird ass. I've dated some weird ass motherfuckers, bro. But I think I was attracting that toxicity and like those creepy ass, weird ass people into my life because I didn't love myself. And God was like, I'm gonna keep trying to teach you this lesson. Please learn it. Please open your eyes. Please have some respect. Please love yourself. Please listen to yourself. That little feeling in the pit of your stomach telling you this is not good. This is not healthy. You need to pay attention to that, Danielle. Why aren't you listening? And I'm finally listening, God. So whenever you have that man ready for me, I don't care if he's Latin, Colombian, Asian, black, whoever he is, God, I'm ready. Okay, I'm manifesting my king. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know his heritage. Maybe he knows 20 languages. Maybe he doesn't know anything other than English. You know, maybe he is a white guy, okay? Maybe he's just not all the other white guys that I've dated, but I'm just letting you guys know I am not holding back from anyone anymore. As soon as someone gives me those butterflies in my stomach and the sweaty palms and the that like first date excitement or first sleepover excitement over and over and over and over again, and every conversation is just more fun and more filled with passion and emotion. I just don't want sex. I want emotion. I want all of it, and I don't care who it's with, as long as it's with a man that's meant for me, okay? And who's fine as fuck. Like, obviously I want my man to be looking good, like, because we're gonna look good together, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, I'm annoying. I'm gonna take Caesar for a walk. It's a beautiful day out. I just wanted to share this story time. I know I haven't posted a story time in a while, so here you guys go. Females, males, little girls, older girls, teenage girls, if you are watching this, you will move on from the dude you were crying about. I have cried so many tears over dudes that I don't even remember. I don't remember the outline of their jaw or their nose or their eyes or their laugh or their bodies. I don't remember anything about them. Your life will move on. You just gotta love yourself enough to let it go. Let it go. I literally was stuck on some dude for almost 2 fucking years, bro, who treated me like absolute shit, and I'm laughing at myself right now. No, that motherfucker was lucky. I should do a story time on him because I deleted it, but now that I'm calmer and not emotional, maybe I'll do a story time about the guy that broke my heart into a million pieces in California. But he broke my heart into a million pieces to the point where I'm like, I know exactly what the fuck I want. And I know, I'm like to a point right now where I know that man is wherever the fuck he's at, crying himself to sleep, even if he's next to someone, missing me. Cause I'm an impossible person to ever forget. But I forgot that because I didn't love myself. And I didn't have self-respect. And I thought I deserved to be treated like shit as long as I had someone treating me some type of way. Now fuck that. You can be by yourself. Be by yourself. Enjoy time by yourself, because before you know it, in a blink of an eye, you're not gonna be single anymore. The man of your dreams is gonna come busting into your life on a fucking white horse. Your knight in shining armor is gonna come in, not save you, because you don't need save me, but he's gonna love you like you've never been loved, and you're gonna laugh like I'm laughing right now at these motherfuckers you cried about. Texted on fucking text me now apps, called on private 150 times, begging, pleading for love that they're not even capable of giving themselves, let alone to you. Baby girl, move on. We got this. This is comical. Beautiful words. I wrote some beautiful words, but I wrote them for someone who never deserved them. Okay, save that passion and that love for people that deserve it. And I know you can be sad, and I know you can be lonely. I've been the loneliest, but I am so ready for real love now. And if I didn't have all that sadness and all that loneliness, I wouldn't have this awakening that I have right now, that I'm like, I'm a badass fucking bitch. And any man would be lucky to have me. It's not the other way around. I'm not lucky to have a man's love. A man is lucky to have mine. And as long as you get that in your head and you keep telling yourself that day in and day out, you got this, bitch. I'm rooting for you, just like I'm rooting for myself. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But as I always say, if you're giving it a thumbs down, you probably shouldn't be on this channel. But if you are gonna be here, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. If you don't hit the bell, you don't get notifications, and then what's the point? Also, follow me on Instagram, XXO Danielle, Swallow Podcast, the official Victor Twins, and Little Caesar the Frenchie. I love you guys to the moon and back. Love yourself. You're a badass fucking bitch. And our kings and our queens and our one true love is not gonna come until you have that within yourself. And I finally have that. Bye.